Picture this, 1859. The mighty British Empire and the ambitious, young United States are on the brink of war. The cause? Not territory, not trade, not honor, but a pig. Yes, you heard that right. A single, hungry pig. Welcome to the story of the Pig War, one of history's most bizarre and, frankly, most ridiculous international standoffs. Our story unfolds on San Juan Island, a lush piece of land nestled between mainland Washington and Vancouver Island. Back then, both Britain and the U.S. claimed it. British settlers from the Hudson's Bay Company lived on one side, and American farmers on the other. It was a classic case of awkward neighbors, with tensions simmering just below the surface over who owned what. On June 15, 1859, an American farmer named Lyman Cutlar woke up to find a large black pig happily munching away in his potato patch. Now, this wasn't the first time. Fed up, Cutlar did what any frustrated 19th century farmer would do. He took his gun and shot the pig. The pig, it turned out, belonged to a British man named Charles Griffin, an employee of the Hudson's Bay Company. Cutlar went to Griffin to apologize and offered to pay for the pig. He suggested $10. Griffin, however, was furious. He demanded an outrageous $100. Cutlar scoffed, saying he wouldn't pay that much for any pig, and the argument escalated. The British authorities threatened to arrest Cutlar, and the American settlers, feeling threatened, called for military protection. And that's when things got completely out of hand. The U.S. Army sent Captain George Pickett, yes, that Pickett, of Pickett's Charge fame at Gettysburg, with a company of soldiers to the island. Not to be outdone, the British responded by sending 3 warships under the command of Captain Geoffrey Hornby. Suddenly, a dispute over a pig and some potatoes had spiraled into a full-blown military crisis. For the next few months, a tiny island became the stage for a massive standoff. Over 460 American soldiers with 14 cannons faced off against a British force that grew to over 2,000 men and 5 warships armed with more than 70 cannons. All this because of one pig. The commanders on both sides, thankfully, had cooler heads. Captain Hornby was ordered to land his Marines and engage the Americans, but he wisely refused, stating it was foolish to involve 2 great nations in a war over a squabble about a pig. Word of the Pig War eventually reached Washington, D.C. and London. Officials on both sides were horrified at how close they'd come to bloodshed over such a trivial matter. They quickly dispatched negotiators to de-escalate the situation. The result was a joint military occupation of the island, which lasted for the next 12 years. Both sides maintained a small, peaceful presence. Finally,